What's up, chess fans? This is Douglas. I'm here on Lee Chess, about to go over some puzzles, some checkmate patterns. Thanks for tuning in, and here we go. So if you like these videos, like, subscribe, comment. Awesome, thanks. All right, so the first one is Greco's mate, named after the famous Italian cataloger at the bottom down here. It works by using the bishop to contain the black king and the black pawn, g-pawn, with a rook or a queen. All right, so checkmate in one. So obviously this is blocked. The king cannot escape there, and then the king can't go here. This is also close to being a stalemate. So here we go. First one, boom, checkmate. Next one. All right, Greco's two moves, checkmate. We've got these three main pieces versus, I guess, two main pieces. Maybe you could consider these the minor pieces. All right, and some ideas. That's not doing anything. And then, well, oh, it's not suffocation mate, so it's not, or here. All right, mate in two. That wouldn't be winning because the rook could just come back over and recapture, losing. If I could move my bishop. Oh, and sometimes too, when you go back, it's always good to go back to see how the initial one is. So you can see that, you know, this is being blocked off, and then I'm trying to get a rook or a queen on this file, on the H file. So again, it's always fun to do these again too. Boom. More than once. So it has to do with something over here. So I don't need my rook to go over on the F file. It needs to get to the H file. And the two options are the knight or the bishop. And the bishop is preventing this square. So if you want to pause the video, I think this is it. Check and mate, just like the first one. All right, and then it just keeps getting trickier. This is a third one. So let's see how many we get. If you get 3 for 3 or 5 for 5 or however many we do. So we've got a couple of options here. Oops. A couple of options here. I would say this rook might not be an option. So we've got 4, and then defenders, they've got 4. And again, somehow maybe getting the queen over. Or if this is captured, then this file would be blocked off. So 4, mate in 4, 1899. All right, a couple options here. The double check. Because of the bishop, the king is going to have to move. Okay, if you want to pause the video, I'm going to give it a try. I think it is with the knight, one of these two, the F, F6 or E7. Oh, okay, I see why. And these are a little tricky too. Like when I watch like Andrew Tang or Magnus Carlsen, like the depth of their analysis. So right here, check. Because if I would have went here, I wouldn't be able to do this next move right here for check. And then now I can take this. Oh, and then the queen. This is called throwing in the kitchen sink. When you throw all the pieces in front of it and you should just resign. And that's me. All right. 3 for 3. All right, and again, these first ones are easier. So Mac Lange's mate. That's not checkmate, is it? No, because the king can just retreat here. So So it is mate. Yeah. Okay. So, and this is preventing the escape, and the pawns are preventing it too. So there's the first one. Mate and oh, wow. Oh man, and that happens too. You move too fast, and it was not a mate there because the queen is not protected. And my kids have the Magnus Carlsen app of chess where you go around, and they call this. They have the cards. They call this the kiss of death. I'm like, ooh, I like that name. I wonder what it's because it has to be protected by the bishop because obviously if you're next to the king, it's not checkmate. All right. And I don't know why that's coming up. Sorry. Yeah. And the last one, maybe one more. All right. So we're playing as black. And it looks like there's only like one defender here. All right. So right here, that's blocked off. So I can either go here or here. H4 or E1. For check, any other ideas? Obviously this is a poor choice. Wouldn't be getting anything. Take that off the table. And nothing with these pawns. Recapturing, that wouldn't lead to mate, especially because I'm down. Look how many pieces you're down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 3. 3 pieces. All right, so, and again, you know, sometimes you just got to go with your instincts. So if you want to pause the video here, is it here? I'm going with this one. Check. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. Yeah. Okay. Check, and then mate? No. I need to have something right here. This bishop. Let's see. Check. No. Check. Ah, there it is. All right, and mate. Sweet. So, 4 for 5 with the mouse slip. And that happens. I was talking to somebody, like I'd mouse slip like 1 out of every probably like 50, no, like 20 games or something. You make, or 20, 25 games, make a couple of mouse slips. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and for watching all the way to the end, here's the chess quote to get motivated to play out there. And it is, the hardest game to win is a 1 game. That was by Emanuel Lasker. And I completely agree with that. That you think you've won it because you've got an additional piece, but it ends up just being lost because the other person has some really tricky knights or some tricky tactics. I was watching Andrew Tang today play in the tournament, and he is like, he'll give away his rook and he'll play against a rook with a knight and like a bunch of pawns, and he'll still win. It's like, it's crazy how in 1 minute, 1 minute each. So it's crazy, that level of brilliance and just moving really fast and knowing where to go. Hope to be there one day. Probably not. But it's fun to play, and thanks for watching, and take care.